Good afternoon, good evening to my beautiful people. It's your brother, your friend, KC Brand TV show. If it's your first time here, please make you subscribe. Leave your hand on that notification bell, share and like the video. Now here with the link and to educate one another. And they see video where they happen around the countryside, Odumeje and that Jesus issue where they happen, where they train for everywhere. So I beg, making our help us see this message. This message is a strong message with this our brother give Odumeje. This one now praise Oguname. He gives strong message to Odumeje free at that Jesus. We know say nobody perfect for this life. Nobody is above mistake. Odumeje make it try, make it forgive at that Jesus. I beg we could listen to this strong message with our brother give Odumeje. I beg listen and be blessed.
Light a candle for that Jesus. I have spoken with the mother of Father Jesus. Nothing will happen to her. Ever since I did that video, I have been permitted to be shown a lot of things now. One of the things that they have shown me this is not beyond Odumeje. His pride and his ego may not allow him to come out now and say it. But the truth now is, even him now is running around trying to look for a way he can pull himself out of this. There are a lot of forces now that are now involved. There are a lot of powers now that are now involved. Some are trying to keep her down, while others are fighting to let her go. Some are even there purposely because of their own problems with Odumeje himself. So they also see it as a way to even destroy him now. Odumeje as an individual is in a very big problem right now. Because it's like you started something and now people want to take it all over from you. That is the position he is right now. But we, the citizens of light, we are not interested in their quarrel. We are not interested in their own conflicts. What we care about is this beautiful life of Father Jesus. She's a wonderful girl. I have looked into her. I saw an incredible soul who carry very powerful energy. Unfortunately, she was not really guided. That was why she even ended up in those cycles at the first place. But now, these things that has happened now has become a way to completely transform everything that she has ever known. So this condition she is now, we also now transform into our own rebirths. We transform now into our own transformation. And forever and ever she will not be the same again. As soon as she come out from this, the new Ada Jesus will be born. The special Ada Jesus will be born. That mission she come to life to do, that she has always been distracted from. Everything now will become clear for her. I'll be praying for her. I even spoke to the mother. Nothing will happen to her. But we all have parts to play in this. We all have parts to play in this because why? If you observe Africa, Nigeria to even be precise, there has been this constant challenge between light and darkness. And unfortunately, so many people carry dark hearts and dark souls. So many people's hearts are so dark. It's so dark. The things that give them pleasure are things that cause sadness to others. So you look around, you see dark souls everywhere. Dark thoughts, dark behavior, dark style of life. So when they now see lights, it intimidates them. When they now see lights, it makes them feel uncomfortable because all they know is darkness. All they know is that sadness everywhere. When they not see you happy, they don't feel comfortable. When they not see you smiling, now they are envy of you. Their hearts and soul wholly agrees with dark things. And they have been growing stronger and stronger. They have been growing stronger because you are afraid to tap into your own real essence. They have been growing stronger because you are afraid to really stand your own ground. Many of you were just miseducated. Many of you give even them your energy without you being aware of what you are giving to them. Many of you even kneel down before them because darkness has projected himself as light in Africa. And we have all accepted it without really looking deep. Now we can call many of them men of God. We can call many of them reverends, bishop, without knowing the darkness within their hearts, without knowing that all they are interested on is sucking you, without knowing that all they have is energy, is nothing but energy vampires that is sucking your lights constantly. That's how they feed. That's how they live. We are going to stand together for that Jesus. We are going to stand together for that Jesus. We are going to stand together. And that is why, after finishing my prayers for her today, because I put her on a 7 days prayer, after finishing my prayer for her today, and a lot of things were shown to me. After seeing all these different fingers that want to put hand, although Oguname will cut off away all their hands anyway. But after seeing all this, I was told to involve you all. I love Ada Jesus. I care for Ada Jesus. Now this is not all about let's donate money. Now this is not all about let's raise fund. Now this is about your own vibration. That purity that is still left in your hearts. If you still have a soul, if you still have that thing in you that want to stand for what is good, if you are still alive, if you are still a human that feel, that care for even things that don't attach to you, now it's time for you to do your own spiritual donation. Because you Nigerians are quick to say, let's raise money, which is good. That shows your act of generosity and sympathy and even your philanthropic nature, which is very good. But this stage we have now, as whoever wants to donate money to our dad Jesus, you can do that directly. If you're also some of my fans, you need our contact. Now I have a contact. I can give you a number. You will speak to her direct, and then you can also, whatever way you want to help her. Like the message I was sending to her this evening. She needs to have like a constant internet on her phone. Because sometimes you want to reach her on WhatsApp. The mobile data is not on. Yeah. Things like that. So you have, if you want to do anything for her, you are free. But right now, my own type of GoFundMe that I am raising right now is a spiritual one. This is a spiritual donation now. Now we want to know if you have a good heart. Now we want to know how many of you really still care. And if you do really care, and if you do really have a good heart, and these things really hurt you, the instruction now is this. While we are doing the prayers here, get a white candle. It does not matter how long or how big and fat is the candle. Let it be a white one. Write on a capital letter on the candle, on the side of the candle, the left side, write Ada Jesus with capital letter. And then on the right side, write healing energy. Just write healings. And then on the candle, put it on something you know, of course, cannot burn your house. Let that candle finish burning to the last. And then the wax of that candle, take a picture of it. You will have different shape anyway. Take a picture of it and comment it here below this video you are watching right now. As that your light is burning for her, so shall healing continue to locate her. Our light is burning here. I am doing it one after another here. We are sending her a lot of healing energy, and we are inviting you to come and be a part of this. Be a part of this and make a little difference in this chaotic world that we already have. Play your own little role you can play. You might not be able to save the whole world, but you can play a part to save one person. Come and play this part today. Share this video to your friends. Tell your friends, do you know that lady, that young lady, or that Jesus? Please, on a candle for her. On a candle for her. Whenever you hear this message, doesn't matter when, On a candle for her. On a candle for her. Because the dark forces and the different people that are now putting finger into this issue. It hurts anyway. It hurts a lot. It just hurts a lot. Why are Africans like this? Why? Sometimes I question myself. How long can all these ancient beings keep on existing with their dark nature? How can we really change all this? When you see the darkness in Africa and the day-to-day contribution, people are contributing to that darkness. It hurts. And the most annoying parts are those people who project themselves now as a light bearer. That is the most dangerous part. Some people don't like tradition. They don't like spirituality because they believe that the darkness there is too much. So let me go into church. Let me go close to a man of God who don't participate in that dark side. But little did they know that many, not all anyway, many of all these so-called men of God are worst. They are worst. Because what many of them do is they make arrangements and a deal with some ancient deities. Deities that have no attachment to their reality. And then they make promises and pledge to these deities. So as long as they keep satisfying their deities, their ministry keep on expanding. So whenever they are telling you they know the God they serve, in their hearts they know the deity they are talking about. But in your own innocent mind, you follow the book. You believe that is what they are using. Not knowing that Christianity has become now like a coat and a mask where a lot of people, not all, a lot of people with dark souls are hiding behind. Because as long as he is a deaconess in the church, nobody will suspect her. As long as he is the pastor and he dresses as a pastor, nobody will ever suspect him. So, people have used Christianity as a camouflage. They don't even teach you about the real love of Jesus anymore. They just use those ways. They just use those books. They just use those stories to hide their own evil identity. Meanwhile, their targets is your destiny. As many of them are putting their hands in your head, making you to bow and kneel before them. What they are doing is they are sucking your energy. Some of you that suck your energy to the point that you fall down, you call it Holy Ghost has possessed you. You fall down. Some of you, your spirit rejects things they are doing to you, and you start screaming and jumping inside the church, and they tell you Holy Ghost have come. They make you become ignorant of what they are really doing and program you to believe that they are connecting you with God. Meanwhile, they are connecting you to a source that is only there to keep on existing by sucking you. You must be very careful which house you deserve. You decide to call your house of God. Not all house of God is really house of a God, as they made you to believe. Not all. So it's very wise for you to know this. The people who have come to disconnect you from your source, these people knew very well who you are. They know very well what you carry. So for them it was important to project God as something that is outside of you. So you can want to smell and go and take it from outside of you without knowing that you are breathing it in, then it's already inside of you. You are not breathing outside of you, you are breathing inside of you. It's what you don't need that has to go out there, not what you need. What you need is already in here. But they want you to go and look for God, seek for God, because they know you will get lost in that process. They know there is already a lot of doctrines. They know there is already a lot of plans to trap your soul. Great beings, powerful creatures. You're born into a world now full of breeders, slaves that has been bred to hate themselves. And now, you don't know anything about you. The only thing you know now about you is what the book is telling you. Normally, it's not a problem. If the people who you entrust your life and your future and your destiny and your spiritual earth to now is really having good intention towards you. Many of them just want to breed slaves. They don't really care about your salvation. They don't really care if you give your life to Christ or not. They just want you around to be one of the followers, one of the slaves, one of the member. That's all they really care. Their own focus is how to make their bank account high, how to buy a new car, how to expand their ministry and build new mega estate companies. These are their own dreams. These are their own focus. They just write the name of the church. Meanwhile, in the real document, if they die today, their son is the one to inherit all those universities, all those hospitals, all those churches. It's not being divided among the members. So what I'm trying to tell you is, in that your ministry, you are not a shareholder. You are not a shareholder. But you will say, Oguname, this is not a company. This is a house of God. Then show me what the God has done in your life. Show me. How come we have so many houses of God and there is still so many dark souls everywhere who enjoy pains of others, who enjoy misfortune of others, who enjoy to see people getting sick and dying from sickness? They show me what use or what advantage of this so-called house of God be really playing. So even if the God is real, the book is real, the stories are real, that means the people teaching you are not real. Because something must be wrong somewhere. It's either the story, the book is not real, or the people trying to teach you are not real. You have to accept one. Because something is definitely, obviously wrong. If you want to be honest to yourself, we have so many churches Yet we still have so many people doing evil rituals with human lives. You can blame it on the Babalawo and say, yeah, but they are the one doing the rituals. But what you also have to know is 80% of your pastors also go to the same Babalawo. And 80% of the Babalawo, the same thing that stuck the pastors is also what stuck them. Then now, what stuck the Babalawos? Let's touch that aspect a little. You as a Babalawo, you as a Dibia, or a chief priest, your first priority is to tap into your ancestral connection and then tap into energies that come with you to life. That when somebody comes to you, your relationship is with the spirit of the person and the ancestors of that person. So if the spirit of that person need not to be diagnosed, and your duty now is to channel a message from the ancestors of that person and relate to the person. Because religion just tells them they are angels. The tradition know that what religion call angels is ancestors who have departed from this realm. Okay. So you Babalawo now, if not because you are stuck in your own ego and your own pride, you are not supposed to deviate now from following the natural and universal order and going into another kind of self-mission or self-ego expression. What am I trying to say? Let me explain it better to you. What many Babalawos are not doing today is not the meaning of Babalawo. What many are doing today is they are becoming a slave of a deity who they are not trying to please and feed. And when you become a slave of a deity, then the slave will of course use you to satisfy his or her needs. You will not have problem with that because you believe you are into spiritual. But what you have to know is your duty is not to be a slave of a deity. Your duty now is to make a partnership with that deity. It is about giving and taking. It's a partnership. You are not the slave. So when somebody comes to you and say to you, I want you to help me destroy a life like this with your spiritual powers or knowledge, then what you have to know as a Babalawo is when you are doing things like that, you are betraying first your own ancestors as a man that you are. Then you are betraying the old energy, which the world can call God, the old energy that governs everything in this universe. We know you can bend reality, you can manipulate reality. But that does not mean you have to only be interested in bending and manipulating it to a negative way. Because your duty now as that Babalawo is to keep that balance. That woman, that man that just came to you now and want to hurt somebody or destroy somebody, that person don't have the knowledge that you have. So if you are not stuck in your own ego, if you are not greedy, you will not take it now as a personal thing. Because how does it always happen? I have to prove to this my daughter that I have powers. So because of that, I want to do what she wants. So that right there is your own ego trap. Oh, bring 5 million naira, I will do it for you. That right there is your own greed and desires. So if you are Babalawo, you are also hearing this, you have to know that your failure is what gave birth to all this so-called man of God that is now manipulating people today. The man of God or the pastors, many of them just only profit from the failures of you Babalawos or chief priests. If you have stand in the way of righteousness, even in your traditional and local way of doing what you believe you are doing, then all this man of God would have not been existing today. But when you also betray your people, which the ancestors has given you knowledge and power to come a guide, then they will run from you, and then in that process now, they run into a cage, which you're not called church. That's why you just fence it. Church is just like a fenced house. You run into a cage now. Meanwhile, they think they are safe now, not knowing that the man that they have run into his cage is hungry and starving and want people's destiny and want people's lights. He needs it so he can also build his own self, so he can also build his own church, so he can also build his own business, enterprise. So your failure as a Babalawo is what gave birth to pastors. Meanwhile, the same pastors will also come to you and say, please, do this for me. You as a Babalawo who should think, but you are from this state, this is where I'm born. So you live in this state, you want me to do this type of medicine for you to make your church full? Meaning you want to brainwash my people? Meaning you want to miseducate my people? Many of the Babalawo don't even care about that. What they just care about is, I will do it for you. Because now they want to prove themselves. Now they want to show that they have powers. And then they do it. So today we have so many pastors everywhere. So many pastors everywhere. The same pastors will tell you, stand in his altar and say to you, your ancestors are evil. Your village people are all witches and wizards. Don't fuck with your traditional spirituality. It is evil. Meanwhile, he is also more evil than all of that. So Africa has a very big problem. And the first step to start healing this problem is for we to change how we think. Is for we to change how we view this world. That is always the first step to heal this our chaotic nature. So please, light a candle for our dad Jesus. Write a name on it. Let it burn.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this video. I beg, this life is not ours. So we come this life to fulfill our destiny. So nobody can stop our destiny. So guys, please help us to share and like the video. Thanks and subscribe. Bye.